My name is Renée Brinkerhoff, and I'm a race car driver. And that's not always what I've been. Actually, for all of my life until about 8 years ago, I was a wife and mom of 4 kids. And one day, literally, it sounds sort of cliche, but one day, literally, I was in my laundry room and folding laundry, looked out the window and heard this voice in my head. And it was, one day I'm gonna race a car. And I had this huge realization that now I had to go do something about it. So my very first race experience was actually in someone else's car where I shared navigating and driving. And that would have been it. You know, that would have been enough to fulfill that one day I'm gonna race a car thing. But knowing myself, it was like, no, now, Renée, you've had this amazing experience. Now you've got to go do it in your own car with your own team, with your own navigator. You know, the La Carrera Panamericana is unlike any other race on the planet. I only intended to race one time, but this was so transformative for me. And not only did it change me, it changed the dynamic in our family. And even they grew. So we did that. And the following year we went back and actually made history in that race. So that race started in 1950. The very first night of that race, they announced that history was made. It was the first time a woman had come out in this race and won her class in the first time. And we just carried that through. But every time before a race, I had to decide, am I willing to take that risk for life or limb? So one of our races, it was actually 2015, really stands out because it was one of those moments in life when you question, what am I doing? And we had this really bad accident and it was in qualifying, totally my responsibility as the driver. And it happened because I didn't have the experience, the seat time, but it led into this amazing experience of overcoming all of that, all of those doubts, all of those questions, all of that devastation, lack of confidence, feeling psychologically just broken, crumbled, ashes, right? And you have to be the phoenix. You have to be born out of that. And we did as a team. And personally, I grew through all that and came through all of that and rebuilt. And it was, if not the most amazing experience, it's right up there of anything I've gone through in my whole life. I started when I was 56 years old. I'm a woman. I don't have a background in cars. I don't have a dad who's a famous racer. I didn't grow up on go-karts, right? So being an anomaly, being odd, people look at you, they listen to you, right? But we thought, how can we grow this voice? How can we grow our impact? What can we do with this experience? So all these things came together, and that's how we started the World Rally Tour. And what is that? To race the car on every continent. And we've done 20,000 miles thus far. We have one more continent to go, Antarctica, and that's where we are today. To be a strong woman is really not thinking about, I'm a woman. But I never thought about myself as a woman in a man's sport, or one woman out of 300 drivers. When I first heard that voice in my head, there was so much fear. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of dying, fear of what people would think, right? All these fears that I had to push through and overcome. Push through those fears, and what you get by facing fears, you will achieve things you never imagined. You'll find things out about yourself you never imagined. But if you just sit on your sofa and stay comfortable and never get out of that comfort zone, you will never see who you really are. You will never maximize what you were born to be. You will never have that experience of going from a chrysalis to a butterfly.